Yo, what's up, guys? I'm just piling on the videos here. So this one is DOCU. Someone on one of the pages that I'm on Facebook actually mentioned this stock here, and they had mentioned it somewhere. I believe they mentioned it to me somewhere up in the, somewhere up in this range here. It was around 260, 265. So I was keeping an eye on it, and I ran some chart analysis here for myself because I was looking for a place to position myself. So I was looking at this here as a potential head and shoulders pattern here, but it seems like as of now it ended up breaking here, even though it fell. So this is one that obviously has ran up a shit ton, as you can see, and it's more of like I think it would be more of like a COVID kind of play here. I forget the company. I didn't quite get to research it enough yet. I was just starting to watch some videos this weekend on it, and I kind of forgot to continue on it just to see what it was all about. But obviously it ran up a lot, so I'm trying to consider if this is going to be like a big bull flag or if it's going to be a rising channel. So to me, I'm trying to be a little more cautious on it, but I do like the breakout. If this is a bull flag, we have up to the $400 level. The breakout of this is where we've been getting rejected. Let's see how many times it's got rejected here. We had a fake breakout there, but it's got rejected basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, almost 12 times now. So, when you are seeing a stock that's constantly bumping its head against resistance more times than it's bumping its head against support, usually the more time that you bump your head against something, the weaker that the resistance gets. So I do really like this thing because it has a lot of power, and I've been watching it too. And when it does come down and bounce on these levels, it likes to make nice double bottoms and continue up, and it happens pretty fast. So what I did here, even though I may regret it a little bit, I did position myself a little bit in this thing, even though I'm a little nervous of where it's going to end up potentially short term. But I was playing this hourly just to get myself a small spot, and I was looking at this rising channel here. So I did a quick measured move of the size of this rising channel right here, and I put my breakdown target somewhere in this range, and I believe that was because I saw a potential 9 flash, which I did. So I was expecting the next candle or so to break down. I was expecting it to break down here, but even still, the breakdown target obviously came to the same point roughly. So I put myself buy zone somewhere around 262, 75 or 70 or something like that, and I did catch this nice wick, and we bounced perfectly off right around here. So as you can see here, we haven't came back down in that area yet, but I did buy 2 or 3 shares down here. The only reason I'm a little nervous of this buy, which I could see that this 20 EMA was about to roll over here, so even me buying there, I was a little nervous because I thought we were going to have a bigger correction, but we did get a nice bounce there, which is good to see. I'm not too sure if this, it's a little too soon for me to say like if it's going to end up being like a small, well, actually not a small, but like if it's going to end up being an inverse head and shoulders or not. But I have some concerns of that because I was looking at this 4-hour here. Now usually it's a good thing when you're buying shit like this to just buy a breakout trade, and that's kind of what I was telling myself, just to buy a breakout trade. But I did decide to position myself a little bit just in case. So if we move this here and did something like this instead, this could actually be considered like a potential rising broadening wedge or something like that. But for now, I'm gonna I like that trend line here. So if I do this like this is kind of, to me, is kind of the support line on this 4-hourly for now that I don't want it to break. So if I look at it, which is what I'm kind of thinking, is what the hell did I just do? Okay, we're good, I think. So basically, I'm looking for it not to break down below this 260, 275. So I'm just going to keep my stop loss probably around 260. I don't know yet. I'm not I'm not 100% sure where I'm going to put the stop loss. I'm just doing it because I'm just like, hey, if this thing decides to run up, then at least I'm in here around like 260, 275. Looked like a decent spot to grab. Let me check this Ichimoku cloud. So you can see that we came back down here, and we did catch support here at this 261.86, and that's, I don't know if it came down there or not. Either way, I think I grabbed somewhere at that 260, 275. Like I said, maybe it came down to this point. I'm not sure. I just put my buy order there. But the only thing that makes me a little concerned here is that as of right now, you can see that we have massive bearish divergence on it. So it's possible that if this doesn't get any type of bounce, then we might actually get some type of bearish divergence. Now, of course, I've seen this happen in the past here, where I was watching this for being a head and shoulders pattern, and it did actually, have this little jot down here, and it had massive bearish divergence at the time, and it ended up continuing up here. So because of the strength of the thing, it was making me think that maybe I should, and I was really liking the volume that was coming in there as well. So I decided to make myself a little play, even if this ends up turning sour on me. But what I would recommend mainly for this, because it's more of an expensive stock, so to speak, is to play this breakout if you can get an hourly candle close above this 275. So if we look at this hourly candle here, you can see that we had wicked up here, and we got a red TD9 flash right here, and we got rejected, and it ended up pulling back pretty good, but it stayed inside this cloud support. But we didn't get any type of hourly candle close above it. And let's take a look at this fake out here, just so that we can kind of see. As you see, we haven't got any type of hourly candle closes above this level. We've only wicked up and touched it and got rejected quite a bit. Now on this fake breakout here, we did get a beautiful candle close above. So for me, if I would have saw that, I would have wanted to probably enter, but then I would have seen this red TD9 flash, and I either would have, maybe I would have entered there and just put my stop loss here at 234 or something like that, and maybe ran it up here, and maybe either took profits at the undo that. Either took profits at this 288 level, or maybe I would have held, and then if it did break above, put a stop loss, move my stop loss up, put it below at the 270. But you can see that this did have some type of fake out there, and we did wick above all the way up to 291, and then it got a pretty mean correction there. So it is a struggle to get up there. So this is why I'm watching this thing, because of how many times it's tried to do this. So of course, me buying here, I could be buying a little bit high here, but I did want to get a small piece. And we have a couple spinning tops here in the hourly, which could actually insinuate that we are going to have a little downside. So I like this 256.59 level, and you can see in the past we've came down and almost wicked to this red resistance box here, which is right around 257 as well. So it's possible that if it does actually have a small pullback there and drop down, then we could get a bounce off of there and create a bigger W here, which could be the time to get that breakout. If we look on the weekly here, we're just kind of trending here. Now, of course, this could be considered like bearish divergence, but from everything that I've read in like books and shit like that, when you do have a consolidation pattern like this, a lot of the times when you get this consolidating here, you usually get this kind of bearish divergence look to it when it's consolidating in a pattern like this before a breakout. But we do have to be careful, because obviously if you look on the smaller here, this weekly, it could look like a triple top or a head and shoulders pattern as well. But looking at the, let me see if I can find where it is. Looking at the weekly MACD, you actually see that we could be getting a MACD cross here in a couple weeks on this same stock, and it looks like a nice W there. So depending on if it just ends up rolling over and coming back down again, that's possible. So if we look at this fib retracement, you can see that the 0.236, I think I moved that, so hold on a second, because that wasn't where it was before. Let me hide some shit real quick. The reason that I like this thing too is you can obviously see the power, the buying, everything that we've been getting in this thing. But also when we had that red day, we didn't even drop that much on it. So that was that was pretty nice to see. Just looking for, different plays that maintain strength even when the market as a whole was pulling back. This thing was staying in the green. So you could do an overall fib retracement, and it might give us a pretty wide range of numbers. I don't even know if I'd want to go off of that massive wick there, because it's kind of, I don't know if I'd want to count that as resistance. So I think I'm going to just go off of this wick here, and maybe we'll just go off of that wick there. So that's going to be a larger, fib retracement. So maybe we should do something on a smaller time frame if we're trying to get in here a little sooner. So what we would do is, because we're not going off the weekly, we'd actually, you can do these on any time frame here as long as you go from some low points, and you could play it something like this too. So if we do something like that, you can see that 256 area we talked about is the 0.382 level, and this 263 is the 0.236, which as of right now, it looks almost like it's creating like a little flag or something of the sort. But let's see what this looks like, because it could be almost like a descending triangle or something, unless it ends up being a bull flag. I've seen these things break down quite a bit, is what I'm trying to say. So looking at that, like something like that, let's see what the breakdown target would actually bring us to. So if we looked at it like this, and we're expecting it to pull back here, we could almost come down here to this 257.73, and obviously you're going to get some support there at 259.66, and then I like this 255.45 if we were looking for like a bigger correction here. If that ends up being like a double top, it's possible we could come down and double bottom on this 0.382. So if you're looking for something to get in here, or if you're already in this thing and you're just kind of looking for a lower place to buy, I like that 255.44 a lot. Like I said, I'm probably just going to keep my stop loss here at my break-even point, to be honest, or a little bit under, and I just expect that it could come back down. But I was just kind of being a little greedy and just got myself in, screwing around with that rising channel breakdown too, just for the fun of it. But you can see the selling coming in on the hourly. So, there's most likely a little bit of a drop coming in there. And I'd like to see it hold this 255 if it can't continue to hold this 263. But needless to say, this is a long enough video. I just want to put it out there that, you don't have to try to find yourself a position up in this higher range, but to actually watch out for this thing to break this level and at least, not have another fake. And you could probably enter if we get an hourly close and a nice confirmation here around this 275 level, and then keep your stop loss somewhere in this like 272 level, and just play this break, because we could come up into this $400 range. So all right guys, that's all I got for you on that one. Peace.